Hi. I don't know what to call my audience yet, so we'll get to that a little later. But a lot of people have been asking me where I went. I stopped book reviewing. I just did one book review and exited. Well, a lot has happened over the past 2.5 years since I left YouTube. Maybe 3 years since I left YouTube. And well, I will get to share more detailed information in other videos, hopefully. But it's been a mess. But we're still standing and I'm still here. But the first question is, why did I take a break from YouTube? And the simplest answer I would give, and the first answer I would give is excuses. I would make excuses for literally everything. The first excuse I would make is, I don't have a great quality camera. I don't have a microphone. I don't have a light. I don't have time. I don't have the right setting for YouTube. I'm living in a hostel. So, there was an excuse for everything. I wanted to, live in an apartment before starting to create content. I wanted to have my own camera, and it was a specific type of camera I wanted to have before starting. I wanted to have my own podcast set before starting. I wanted to have lights and all this equipment until I watched a video by a YouTuber, and she was like, the best camera to use is the camera you have right now. The best equipment to use is the equipment you have right now. So I was like, well, it's either I get over me wanting to always be perfect in the now and overcome and just do what I have to do with what I have in my hands right now. So I started following that path and just using what I have in my hands right now. And this is me using this single microphone and my phone, and of course a light. The second reason I took a break from YouTube was because of university. I don't know, but no one talks about the transition from high school to university and just adapting to university, especially when it comes to your grades. Grades? Make it make sense. I was academic perfect in my high school. Why am I not getting straight A classes in university? Make it make sense. And the other thing was just the fact that I was learning in another language, Russian. It gave me so much anxiety. I'll get into details about how school in Russia is and learning in the Russian medium, especially pharmacy, because I couldn't change to English with the course pharmacy. But if you're doing courses like medicine, you'll be able to change your course. And I think you'll be able to change the medium, And I think, in other universities, you're able to, change the language. I'm not sure, but I can only speak for the university I was at that time. So they couldn't provide pharmacy in English, and I had to carry that cross until I could not longer carry that cross. Well, learning in that language and getting the grades I got lowered my self-esteem and gave me so much anxiety. I'll get into details later on. So I would have a lot of breakdowns as well. Yo, I remember going to class one day, the teacher was teaching and I couldn't control myself. I was literally crying. Tears were falling off of my eyes. I just had to ask for permission to leave and go to the bathroom. I stayed in the bathroom crying for 30 good minutes before I went back to class. That's how intense studying the Russian language affected me, and the anxiety, the breakdowns affected me. So it wasn't a great experience. I wouldn't recommend, but it wasn't a great experience, at least for me. So the other reason I took a break from YouTube was because I was traveling and transitioning from where I used to stay in Zambia, yeah? Transitioning from Zambia to Russia was just a whole process. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, even when I was home, I never stayed for more than 5 years in a city, in a place, because my parents were always traveling because of work. And it was easy for me to adapt to places and cultures and environments. But transitioning from Zambia to Russia took a toll on me. I couldn't understand. I think the weather is totally different. I think that contributed to that. Two is because I was far away from my parents, my family. So that took a toll on me as well. The food was so different. It was so different. And just making new friends, realizing that, well, life will not be the same as I would imagine it to be or expect it to be. Girl. So the fourth thing that made me take a break from YouTube was curiosity. I just moved from Zambia to Russia and I wanted to explore the land. I wanted to know myself better, and I was learning a lot of things, the importance of setting boundaries. I don't know. For me, it was like boundaries were already set for me at home, Like like my parents were strict. So the boundaries were there already. I couldn't do certain things. I couldn't go certain places. The boundaries were set. So when I came here and experienced like this freedom, I was like, Tada. So I needed to like reinforce the boundaries. I don't know about you, but I think setting boundaries is really, really important, and making them clear to the people around you as well is important. That's for self-respect, number one, and for others to respect you. So, and respect the boundaries you've set. So don't ever think setting boundaries is of less value in your life. Set those boundaries. And I have found myself in situations that I regret today because I couldn't set boundaries. The other thing under curiosity was I was getting over people pleasing. Because I don't know. People pleasing is a disease that should be healed. Like, heal. So on this other segment of the video, I will be just explaining to you guys why I came back to YouTube. Why did I decide to continue on the journey of content creation? The first thing is, the whole time I was off YouTube, I wanted to get back. Like, I couldn't shake off the feeling that I need to be in front of the camera. I need to make content. I just need to be there. I couldn't shake that fact. Like, I couldn't shake the feeling. The thought would come. I would literally make content. I'd create content ideas, write them down. It was there. Like, YouTube was there. It was in my mind right there, and I couldn't just let it go. So that's why I came back. The second thing was, I didn't want you to make the same mistake I made when it comes to the application process in Russia, the Russian medium, and just making emphasis of you making your research. Do your research before applying to any university. For me, it was just, I'm going to Russia. So let's let's go. So the third thing I would like to talk to you guys about is the Tribe Club, and how you, as a Zambian student studying from any part of the world, can invest. So I'll go a little bit more into details in another video, and we'll be going into all the portfolios the Tribe Club has, and also the Prime Rides. So the Tribe Club, in conjunction with Prime Rides, is an official partner of Yango in Zambia. So I'll take you through that process, and maybe you can even buy yourself that dream car of yours after graduation. We need to make the money. The fourth thing I'll be taking you guys on will be the student life in Russia, just giving you a glimpse, of how life is studying in Russia as a Zambian student. Yeah, so all the tips you need, all the advice you need, or according to my experience, because I can only give what I have experienced and what I have. The fifth thing I'll be taking you guys on will be mainly, well, beauty and fashion, because ever since I came to Russia, I found myself, drawing closer to the fashion world. You just hear designer Natasha CM Monster somewhere, model. I've always been intrigued by fashion, but here it's like I got to explore more. So I'll take you on that journey with me as well. I hope you like it though. And lastly, and definitely not the least, but the most important, at least for me, would be my spiritual journey. How have I grown, and like, how do I sustain my spiritual life here in Russia? I hear a lot of people think there are no churches here, especially in Moscow or Russia, any part of Russia, like there are no churches. But you've been hearing wrong. We serve Jesus over here too. So there are places you can come to fellowship, especially if that's like the key factor you have in choosing a place to study, like a country to study. So I will definitely recommend, especially Moscow, because I stay in Moscow at the moment and can talk about it. I can only draw from what's within. So that's where we'll be going. And well, a little here and there of life advice, what I've learned so far in Moscow, like just life experiences here and there. So that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoy it. And if you love to be part of my journey, and I'm sure it's going to be a great journey, especially for me. I am transitioning as a person and learning new things. My mind is evolving and I can feel it. And like, this is just a step of me entering into a new season and a new era of my life, and committing to this YouTube channel this year has been my plan. And I'm planning on delivering 52 videos this year. That means posting weekly. So if you want to be part of my journey so far and to see the growth I make this year, then baby, subscribe.